Bless South Africa, our beloved country, with peace and unity. The 17th of December 2009.
Program Director, Ishwar Ramlutchman. Wena Bayete. Babakele. His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Ngai, the City of Mhlatuzi. His Worship the Mayor of Butungulu, Stan Alderman Lakan. His Excellency, Mutona Kapindangene, Sheikh. The Director of AMAFA, Mr. Barry Marshall. The National Minister of Transport, the Republic of South Africa, Vanande, Dr. Jason Debele. The Deputy Minister of Public Service and Administration of the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Roy Padiachi. The President of Dar Al Tawhid, South Africa, Mr. Sheikh Walid El Sadi. Dr. Devraj, the President of South African Hindu Forum. Her Royal Highness, present. Amakosi, present. Izinduna, present. The Mayor of Komanambi, Mayor Mtetwa. The Deputy Mayor of Utungulu, Mr. Ivan Naidu. Member of Parliament, Mr. S.V. Naika. The Chairman of the Divine Life Society, Zwelithini branch, Mr. Bala Naidu. Members of the media, my mom that is present here today, Ishwari's mom and dad that is present, my friends, families, Ibanza Namanazaret, Ukona, Namsanje, Sanbanani Nonke. Today marks a special moment in the history of our province and our country at large, as we officially unveil the Sivananda pillar in Mpangeni. Firstly, would like to pay tribute and offer my loving salutations to my beloved masters, Sri Swami Sivananda and Sri Swami Sahajananda, for having blessed me with the golden opportunities in life to serve mankind and to strive for the highest in life. I am thankful to my beloved masters because without their divine grace, nothing would be possible. A few years ago, I made a commitment to my beloved Swamiji to undertake the installation of 8 Shivananda pillars across our country. Today, it is unfortunate as I complete this project in my individual capacity after the passing away of our Puja Swamiji. I was put through many tests and difficulties, as I would like all you to learn from my experience. We should see each hurdle as an opportunity to grow rather than allow ourselves to be discouraged by others. Both Sri Swami Sivananda and Swami Sahajananda were firm believers in the law of karma, where we reap the fruits of our actions, both positive and negative. I would like to place on record that I have resigned from all my official duties within my master's institution, but will always remain a loyal member of the Divine Life Society. It was the most difficult decision that we had to make, but it was done after careful consideration and for the harmony of the institution and my own peace of mind. I strongly believe that everything happens by the will of God, and as one door closes, another opens. In God's eyes, we are all equal and His servants. We don't need positions to serve God in the form of our underprivileged people. I shall still continue to serve the people in my own small way. The 4-ton granite pillar 3.5 meters high, is inscribed with prayers from the world's major religions and is erected in honor of Sri Swami Sivananda and the late Swami Sahajananda, who contributed extensively towards community upliftment in our country. Today I pay tribute and honor my beloved masters, His Holiness Sri Swami Sivananda, world-renowned saint and founder of the Divine Life Society worldwide, who had an inborn eagerness to serve all and an innate feeling of unity with all mankind. I also salute His Holiness Sri Swami Sahajananda, who had an abiding philanthropy and concern for the underprivileged children in particular, irrespective of their caste, color or creed. Their teachings and actions have been a great inspiration in my life. The first Shivananda Peace Pillar was unveiled in 1950 in Rishikesh, India by Swami Sivananda, the Master himself. Swami Sivananda had a vision to provide spiritual and material upliftment for people around the world. This pillar demonstrates the universality of all world religions and when it comes to promoting peace and harmony in our country. The Sivananda Peace Pillar will be a source of inspiration. It reminds us that peace and love must transcend our human limitations that is so prevalent in our society today. I have been given unconditional support from great leaders of our country towards this heritage project, and I have the blessings of our President of the Divine Life Society worldwide, Sri Swami Vimalananda. I salute these great leaders for their permission, encouragement and support in assisting me with fulfilling my promise to my Guru, even though he has left his physical body. I would like to single out His Worship, the Mayor of the city of Umhlatuzi, his council and all his staff that so lovingly assisted me and facilitated the approval of the site to erect the first Shivananda Peace Pillar. My heartfelt thanks and appreciation also go to Mr. Arthur Konikrama and Mr. Barry Marshall for their support in ensuring the Shivananda Peace Pillar is part of our heritage of our province. I have no hesitation in saying that each one of us is intimately attached to the soil of this beautiful country, South Africa. The spiritual and physical oneness we all share with this common homeland explains the depth of the pain we all carried in our hearts as we saw our country tear itself apart in terrible conflict, and as we saw it spurned, outlawed and isolated by the people of the world, precisely because it had become the universal base of the practice of racism and racial oppression. We, the people of South Africa, feel fulfilled that humanity has taken us back into its bosom, that we who suffered from oppression today being given the rare privilege to be host to the nations of the world on our own soil in 2010. This is true spirit of reconciliation. Next year marks the 150 years commemoration of the arrival of Indians in South Africa. Peace and harmony have dawned our country. We call for tolerance in religious and cultural activities undertaken by people of all races. Accept each one as a brother, sister, or a child of God. Together we can stand united and let peace prevail on our sacred soil of South Africa. I pay special tribute to my King, His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini, Bayete, Slangalom Klabat, Slangalezwe, Zulu Elipezu, King of the Zulu Nation, for his wonderful message and for all the encouragement during my dark days. His Majesty is a true leader in the fight against poverty amongst our people. I have also come to pay my respects to my King, whom I consider to be one of the greatest kings of our land since the reign of the kings Shaka, Kasenza, Lakona. His Majesty will agree with me that his reign has perhaps been the most turbulent in the history of our country. It had to be so because it spans the period of the height of the struggle against white domination and apartheid. On an occasion like this, it is appropriate to pay tribute to the militant anti-colonialist struggles of the Zulu royal house, a legacy dating from the days of the kings Shaka, Dingaan, Pechwayo and others. Today, with the king of the Tembus, Sabata, His Majesty's father, King Cyprian Solomon, refused to collaborate with the apartheid authorities when the Bantustan policy was launched. His Majesty maintained this tradition in his opposition to apartheid. His Majesty might recall that sometimes turbulent relations that arose amongst his subjects as a result of the conflict ignited by apartheid. I find it proper that on an occasion like this, I should, as your subject, ask all our leaders to undertake once more that never again shall your children be at each other's throats as it happened before. I am sure that our great leaders shall do all in their power to ensure that the violence that gripped the province and the country after 1984 does not rear its ugly head again. His Majesty has been the most consistent voice and campaigner for peace and unity among his people. It is largely due to his ceaseless commitment to peace, that relative stability and peace that has come to the province of KwaZulu-Natal. I know that nothing troubles His Majesty more than strife amongst his people. I urge all, more especially in the province of KZN, to give His Majesty the gift he will cherish for the rest of his life, the gift of enduring peace. There are many individuals within South Africa, such as our former President, Dr. Nelson Mandela, who have fought against oppression, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, and other leaders, and supported the process of peace and stability in our country. Today, I would like to single out three great leaders who I have admired and respected, and they are His Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini, Silasama Zulu, Dr. Joel Sibusiso Ndebele, and Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi. We feel honored to bestow upon these special awards of peace for their dedication and commitment to the welfare of the nation. I would now like to call upon our leaders to present these awards, and these awards have been given by myself together with Dr. K.C. Devraj, President of the Hindu Forum, Mr. Sheikh Al-Sadi, and in request of the leader of the Baptist Nazarene Church, who personally himself has signed these awards. We now present to His Majesty a special priest award.
Umtakane bethuka bethokofuka bethuzwelithini kabusa bankosi kanti bagqoka amaphetho yakithi kwamalandela usodidasi inkonyane encane kandala edede impala phikelelo ensitshwa umntakwenu usesemthunyeke uyayiphuka siphunga kudonsa lenomdala phinde bayiphuka maphakala bengikhesi Kuhlala phapha ekhanda kamesta balalela lo ntombi ezayo sengathi uyakhala uyalila uthi unani bathi ichithekile Sibekule thale Zanza makhanda madoda ethi wona mahlabane kwabaqale ntasemfuna esinye sokuphuze esinye sothubela animakungane ahlele kotsha ngolongoma ngijema ngendlela sokana nikela Ishwar nithi lukhulu lesa miyayelela silukwanisa lendlo emnyama yasubhalule izoshisa izikhotha zibonogoma ifuna abantu abagogoza ekhanda kumatanzima khona bakhozo esule ati jene kantondeni kathi komposi mwake waphela silomisa yathekida bekushelele lasethi umuntu waphula ngesiphathama ngesilanga sikotsha neduke lesibili nowena ngawushanga dayisabela
I think it is fitting to have paid tribute and honored His Majesty the King, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi and Dr. J.S. Ndebele. It has really been a struggle to the early days before our democracy, and they've been champions in spearheading peace and stability in our province. We wish them all God blessings as they continue to do their noble work in the communities. In conclusion, my eternal gratitude and heartfelt thanks goes to my beloved masters Sri Swami Sivananda and Pujya Swami Sajananda for all their guidance and inspiration and using me as an instrument within their divine mission. I strongly still await reconciliation for anyone that might come to me to reconcile. I would like to thank the Minister of Transport, Dr. Sibusiso Joel Ndebele, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, and Mrs. Irene Buthelezi and Mrs. Ndebele, because behind every leader, the woman stands behind them and give them the moral support. And today we also pay tribute to Princess Irene and Mrs. Ndebele and all the Ndunkulus in the royal household that stand behind His Majesty and support His Majesty in his vision to save our nation. I also would like to thank the Deputy Minister of Public Affairs and Administration, Mr. Roy Padiachi, His Holiness Dr. M.V. Shembe of the Baptist Nazareth Church, for all the support that he has given me towards today's event. Mr. Sheikh Walid El Sadi, the President of the Dar Al Tawhid Muslim Council of Southern Africa, the Mayor of City of Msatuzi, Councillor Mngai, the Mayor of Utungulu, Makibela, Stan Lakan, the Deputy Mayor, Mr. I.J. Naidu, Mr. S.V. Naika, Nyambos. I must thank Nyambos for all his support. Nyambos Mkul, Mr. Barry Marshall and Mrs. Marshall, and Mr. Connie Kramer of Amafa, Mr. Dr. Devraj, Baba Kele, and all my friends and family that are here today, especially my mom, Ishwar's mom and father. I salute our dignitaries for their assistance in serving the poorest of the poor in our country through their partnerships. I would lastly thank all of you that have attended today's event, making today's event a historical event in the history of our country, and our province at large to be proud to be a citizen of the Kingdom of KwaZulu-Natal, where we have the King Shaka Airport, the Dube Trade Port, the 2010 Stadium, Moses Mabhida Stadium. Thank you, Baba Sivananda, for your initiative to drive this, to ensure that the stadium has been completed during your time as Premier of KwaZulu-Natal. We share the common motto of service to mankind is worship of God. I would like to emulate the teachings of my Divine Master Sri Swami Sivananda, given by him in the following words, and I quote, "To see God in all names and forms, to serve the poor and the needy, seeing God in them, to relieve the pains, sorrows and sufferings of others, to share what you have with others, to be a cosmic friend and a cosmic benefactor, a friend of the poor, the forlorn, the helpless and the fallen, is my creed," I unquote. I try to practice this advice of my masters in my own small way to contribute to the upliftment of mankind. I would lastly thank all the media that is present here today. May you have a pleasant day and a safe and joyous festive season, and may the grace of God be upon you all. As we commence with today's function, there was a terrible accident on the N2 and 5 people lost their lives. So, having the Minister of Transport here today, I would like to make a plea that we all try to spread the word around to all our friends, family, even if you might not know a person, talk to him, just to be calm on the roads and to follow all the road rules and not to put his family and citizens and our future leaders which are with them into difficulties in major accidents. May God bless you all. Thank you.